In Writing for the Green Light, you have chapter 4, and that's entitled How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Write for Television.
Yes.
I love that title. So can you talk about some of the highlights of that chapter?
Yeah. When I was sort of newer to the industry, there was always sort of two schools of thought. You either wrote for television or you wrote for movies. The movie side is kind of cut and dry. There's the 3-act structure, etc., whereas television's kind of all over the map. And what I was always taught when I was younger was you have to write a spec script of a major TV series that you can kind of showcase your talent and showcase how to grasp how television works, et cetera, et cetera. But in this chapter, I kind of exposed television as being very different than movies. In the movie side, I'm very adamant, never write drama, never write comedy when you're starting out. If you have great ideas for drama and comedy and you want to write features, excellent, just back pocket them for a while and get the contacts first. Television's the complete opposite. In television, you should really focus on writing only drama or only comedy and doing both extremely, extremely well. And if you're going to be doing drama, you want to focus on hour-long dramas. If you want to do comedy, you want to focus on half-hour comedies. And that's just something that's a polar opposite of how you're going to break into the film side of things. Television is kind of breaking some of the things I talk about in the movie side. The other thing with TV is it's open-ended. Movies have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and there's a conclusion, and there's something we pull from it after we experience it. TV needs to be not a story arc, it needs to be a platform. A strong platform built with interesting characters who are consistently able to be reintroduced to each other with new beginning, middle, end episodes, and then re-put together time and time and time again. One of the best shows on TV is Law and Order. It does this in a fantastic way. I believe it's almost at 1,000 episodes across all the different types of the show, the styles of the show. But what it is it doesn't matter where you begin that show. You can start that show, any season, any episode, and you are not missing a thing. There are great character developments that take place with the characters if you watch all the episodes, but you do not have to watch it in a chronological order. If you've missed the first 5 episodes, you don't have to go catch up. If you start in the middle of an episode, you can actually catch up with where things are going, because each thing is a self-contained, short form movie that can just replicate and replicate and replicate. That's what Star Trek is. It's a great platform for a consistent, endless output of content. And television isn't just that. We're thinking scripted here. Most television content is non-scripted, factual content, or late night talk shows, lifestyle programs that have narration. Remember, these programs need writers too. They have to be organized and orchestrated, and documentaries have to be, pieced together. Magazine shows like news programs have to be written. So for writers who want to get a beginning start in the business, television sometimes offers really interesting out-of-the-box ways to get your feet wet. You can go to any of the shows that film here, the late night talk shows, and become a joke writer. They'll pay you, you submit your jokes every single day, and then, they'll pay you for the ones they use. The comedians on the shows don't write the monologue every night. It's a team of writers. That's a great way to be on set and to become a staff writer. Getting your work out there and exposed and working in talk shows or any other kind of factual place gets you into the business of working with these people, and it's a great stepping stone to begin working in the scripted world too. In fact, that's how I Met Your Mother. The team behind that's where they came from, was writing gags and jokes for late night talk shows, and they got access to the studio and built their way up from there. On the personal side, meanwhile, of course, they're writing like hell at night and working and building up their portfolio of work. So.
Writing well, though, you said. I know that's very subjective, but some things are going to take and some things aren't.
What you're asking is, what constitutes good writing? And if you write well, if you are writing scripts or stories or treatments that are just great ideas, that's all you have to do as a writer. And that's not the case. You have to get those, it's not just getting those to the right people. It's not aimlessly sending them out. Eventually, if I keep throwing spaghetti at the wall, it'll stick. It's structured and strategized. To be a writer, you have to think about what gets produced. As I said, movies cost a lot of money. TV shows cost even more money, in a sense, to produce. And it costs a lot of money to market to people so that there's an audience ready to watch it on the other side. So if you are writing stuff that's kind of catered to that, or that's when TV shows and movies need a writer, if you're writing to be seen as that writer who can deliver it, you're not throwing spaghetti against the wall. You're going in with a strategy, with a game plan, with an objective and a plan. It's if you just write aimlessly, you're not. There's always exceptions, of course, and outliers, but your chances of being able to just like write something great and have it get picked up and turned into a studio movie, like, it's just not going to happen. But you can strategically set up your career in a way where you are writing stuff that the industry needs, and you will see people coming to you and working with you, or taking your calls, or asking to read your stuff.